Today's guest is Guru Yogi Shivan, founder of Indimasi Healing Village in Kerala, India, and a teacher rooted in the Siddha Yoga lineage of South India. Originally trained as a martial arts master in Kalaripayattu, Okinawan karate, and classical movement disciplines, his life took a pivotal turn when he began working with individuals who had immense material wealth. He was eventually initiated into the Siddha tradition under Swami Shivayothi Dharmananda, entering a lineage focused on Kundalini awakening and direct inner transformation. Today, through Indimasi, Guru Yogi Shivan integrates embodiment, traditional healing systems, and spiritual transmission, not as therapy in the modern sense, but as return to inner alignment. In this conversation, we explore the architecture of the warrior path, not merely as a fighting system, but as a way of shaping consciousness. Let's begin. Thank you so much, Guru Yogi Shivan, for joining us today.
Welcome.
Welcome. You know, this is going to be a two-part series podcast where we're discussing the warrior tradition and the healing tradition within India. And
Wow.
you are, one person who embraced both of these in your life. And so you can talk about it both from historical background and philosophical and learned personal experience. So you are in Kerala, and
Yes.
in Kerala, I know that the martial art of Kalaripayattu, did I pronounce that correct?
Yes.
Is prevalent there. Can you give us a very small introduction to the art of Kalaripayattu?
Yeah. Kalaripayattu, it is two words. It's like Kalaripayattu. Payattu is martial art. Kalari is the ground where we perform the martial art.
Yes.
But usually people call it Kalari. Anyhow, in India, all arts and martial arts evolved from the Kalari. There is a specific area. If it is used for dance, it's called Natya Kalari. If it is used for weaving, it's called Pava Kalari. If it is used for fight and other the martial art, it is called Payat Kalari. So that means the art and martial arts which are dealing with the all walks of the human life evolved from Kalari. The martial art means it is not merely a fight. Actually, it represents our life. Right from the beginning, when we are born, from that moment onwards, we are engaging ourselves into a continuous fight. Again, the newborn baby is helpless. Mother Nature knows that this guy is not capable of fighting back. So he needs some supports against the microorganisms like bacteria and viruses. That's why Mother Nature kept a precaution as the mother's milk called cholesterol. So that is having all kinds of precautions for the newborn baby to fight against the new viruses and bacteria. So fundamentally, Kalaripayattu is a representation of the possibilities and problems in our life. And it is teaching us how to handle it in a balanced way. That is why it has a spiritual blend also.
The Kalari is very interesting because unlike other martial art training halls, it's dug into the ground. You have to step down into it, and the walls are mud or dirt, and then it has the roof, correct?
Yes.
Is that to have a vibration with Mother Nature being that low, or to be cooler because it's so hot for training?
Oh, it is not cooler. I think you had done a wonderful study about its nuances of Kalari. Yes, usually people are not noticing it. Yes, it is dug down, minimum 6 to 9 feet lower than the ground level, which has got a slightly higher temperature because Earth Yeah, Earth has a heat. It has a temperature. As we go down, like when you enter in the caves, you will feel sweat. Yeah, you will sweat because Earth has a temperature which can match with our body temperature. So we will step down, enter through the main door, and then when we start practicing, there is no chance for getting the sprains because nature, the Mother Earth has the temperature and it will blend with our body temperature. And when we do exercise, we will sweat a lot. The heated air will go high. You can see ventilation at the top level. And once the heated air is going high and it is taken out, through the main door, lower area, the cold air will enter. So there will be a proper natural ventilation.
Ah.
Yes, that is why that's scientifically codified and practically. Second thing, it has no chemicals like cement or marble. Nothing is there. Only the soil, smoothened and pressed, soaked and pressed with sesame oil and turmeric powder. So always that ground will be slightly wet, which will be conductive. So when we do exercise on that uneven floor, our feet will be pressing in different areas and the acupressure points in the feet will be triggered. Then the brain will liberate the toxins as bioelectricity.
Wow.
Once it is liberated, Mother Earth will just earth it. Like excess energy or surge comes, how electricity is being earthed. Like that, the bioelectricity will be earthed because we are playing in the Kalari with barefoot in a very, conductive soil. Yes.
Yeah, there's a practice that we now do in the United States. Some people, not a lot of people, but it came from an Indian yogi, and they call it earthing, which is walking on the ground with your bare feet, because it conducts your electromagnetic field in resonance with the Earth's electromagnetic field. And now we always have blacktop and concrete and rubber sneakers and leather shoes, so we don't have that connection.
That's what.
And in our martial arts schools, in the Japanese ones and Korean, you're barefoot, but you're on a wood floor separating you, and concrete is under. And in the Chinese schools, we're wearing sneakers or shoes, so we're not having that connection. So Kalaripayattu is very still created with a holistic mind.
Yes, not only that. Anybody who is completely surrendering to the law of nature and entering in the Kalari and bow down to the different sources. Like on the corner, you can see 7 or 5-stepped putra, it's called.
Puja.
Yeah, yes. So that is a representation of our Sapta Dhatu. In Ayurveda, we have 7 dimensions of chemical changes or fundamental 5 elements like earth, water, fire, air, and space. So that is represented, which is copying or just reflecting our body. So we touch there, saying that 3 times we have to touch, means consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously, I am surrendering myself to the lotus feet of the masters or the mother nature. There the person will become egoless, as naive as a child. So there, the most powerful guy will become very, very humble. So power should be handled with humility. That is another message. So when we give up all our ego and when we surrender to Mother Nature, definitely we feel like a child-like protection, as if we are in the mother's womb comfortably, like an embryo in the mother's womb. What kind of worry is there? This guy is punching, kicking, turning because he is in the mother's womb.
In the womb.
Yes. So the guy who is surrendering himself in the Kalari feels that he is in the Mother Earth's womb, as protected as the embryo in the mother's womb. Anyhow, I have felt many times like that. So I feel that I'm completely taken care of my Mother Earth.
And I
So,
notice that the men are wearing like a loincloth. So it's like a
yes,
child in a diaper being cared for by the mother. But
yes, of course.
really by the Gurukul, right? Who is
Uh,
like a father, a spiritual
yeah,
father.
yes.
Hmm. Is
So, Gurukul will be an older person, but very, very talented and experienced.
yeah,
Maybe very, very weak also because of the age. But the most powerful guy also, senior most warrior also will come touch on his feet.
right.
So, yeah, the humility, the respect, the surrendered feeling. And if the Guru says, even with great difficulty, he will say, you don't fight, means the super warrior also will say that, sorry, I will not fight. Because
Hmm.
he will wait for the command of the master.
Wow.
See, again, it is a message to the society. Power should be controlled by experienced people. See, like uh, now, many countries are having atom bombs.
Yes.
Okay, but most of the countries are taking it keeping in a safe custody, and they use it or they will not use, but they will handle it with responsibility. But there are few countries who are holding the atomic power, and the whole world is worried about that. Why? Because that power is under the custody of immatured or what is it, like authority.
Right.
That is, yeah. So always power should be handled and controlled by experienced and spiritually detached people. This is the message given to the society right from the childhood. I was educated, or everybody is instructed that you can be very powerful, you can be talented, you can be efficient, but you will be controlled by an experienced and detached person.
Hmm.
There is no compromise. You have to obey the command of the master. So, as a child, I was obeying. When I became the master, I was copying the detached behavior, detached way of management of my master. I adopted it. So, I will not discriminate my children. See, righteousness. The first priority is for righteousness. Then sentiments are secondary.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is what is taught right from the childhood. That's why morality, righteousness, these things are very much appreciated in ancient Indian tradition,
Hmm.
especially wherever the fields which are handling power and wealth.
I think so. I think so. We need that education and that humility from early on, and that
Yes,
respect for our seniors and elders and those
yes,
who know better.
yes.
What is the Siddha lineage, and how does that inform the Kalari practice?
Siddha is actually, say, ancient word which is available in Tamil language and Sanskrit language.
Mm,
These are the two ancient languages in India. Some historians are saying that Tamil is the first language, Sanskrit is the second language. But from my studies and my analysis, actually both are evolved in same time,
hmm
because Siddha is experiential, Veda is explanatory.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, like, I have a feeling. Suppose we both of us sitting together and we are enjoying a masala chai.
Nice.
Okay. And I offered you masala tea. You drank it. You say, oh, nice taste. But you say it is, no, it feels good. It's a
Mm,
nice taste. But how can you explain the taste which you experienced?
mm.
It is beyond explanation.
You can describe but not explain, you know?
Yes, but that description is too limited to explain your experience. The
Right.
same tea, if I give to someone else or 10 people, I am giving the same tea, that people will feel different according to the capacity of their taste buds. They may experience in different ways. What I'm saying is that experience is Siddha, but when you explain, yeah, it's little sweet, little bit bitter, of the tea, little bit of the warm milk. So everything we can explain to a certain extent. But the complete experience is beyond explanation. That level is called Siddha, and whatever we can verbalize is called Veda. So Siddha tradition is focusing more on experiencing things which are explained in the society. So it's like our mind and body. Mind is subtle, which we don't know, but we can experience. But body, we can explain, and it is tangible. So Siddha and Veda, we cannot discriminate, but both are the essential parts of the existence. Yeah. So Siddha Gurus explored the inner dimensions of the mind, and they explained different methods to get that experience. That is what is called Siddha lineage in India.
And when you're initiated, was it more ceremonial or experiential or together?
Actually, it is experiential. But when we keep only, things restricted to experience, it will be limited to some people.
Right.
Once we make it ceremonial, it will be taken into the society, and a large quantity of people will be aware of it. It's like our marriage. Really, what is the purpose of marriage? Two people are just combining each other. They agree to live together. That's all. But why we make it ceremonial? Because there is an active participation of the family members, society members, friends, and everybody make it a festival.
Yes.
But in essence, only two people are engaged in that. Same way, then that message, the virtue of the marriage, the message is spread to the society. The young generation also coming as children, once we attend the marriage, we'll see, my sister and my brother-in-law, everybody is coming. So that impressions are in the mind. Then after the marriage, when we enjoy the feast and everything, so it's a side of happiness. In the middle of that, or as an essence, I am getting a message of the value of a family life. So indirectly, messages are engraved in the social frame of mind. So same way, initiation is like a personal interaction. A guru is only, the meaning is guide. Nothing special, but some people glorify it. It's only like when we drive our car in an unknown terrain, and we need some road signs, or we must get some guidance from the person who already driven through that area. So same way, mind is so mysterious. If we want to dive deep into the different dimensions of mind, definitely we need a guide who already had gone through different dimensions. Otherwise, we may lose in between. So the master or the experienced person who already explored the inner dimensions of mind will be able to share his knowledge to a beginner. So the student is coming to the master and he is asking for help. So the master's mind, who is completely focused and energized, can be infused into the student's mind. It's like I have a candle in my hand, but I want to go into a dark room. I know if the candle is lit up, that light will support me for a safe journey. But I need an ignition. So I should approach a person who has already a candle which is lit up. So I approach him, ask him that, please, I have the candle. That is what is called the preparedness of a student. Student must be ready to be initiated. Otherwise, Guru will not initiate everybody. This is what is clearly stated. When the student is ready, master will appear. in spiritual tradition. So we have to, the seeker should be prepared and mentally surrendered, then approach the master. With that mind, then master will ignite the person. It's like a lighting the lamp. So once I share the light, the power of the part of the master, I am like a spiritual child. As a father is giving a sperm and injecting in the mother's womb, and that sperm is taking energy or materials like food, water, air, everything is taken from the mother and making an embryo in the mother's womb. And after 9 months and few days, and the child is coming out as a person. Same way, a seeker, sincere seeker, can approach a master who can deliver the sperm of knowledge as a light. That is what is called igniting thing. So we can receive it. Then we consider that person as our spiritual father. Then that spiritual sperm is put in our mind. Then we have to meditate in the womb of Mother Nature. There we will get air, water, everything, take from nature and make a new personality, create a new person, a new embryo within. Actually, this is what is called Dvija in Sanskrit. Dvija means secondly born or reborn. So when I was born as a child, yes, I had one, my father passed away. That is my biological father. Then when I met my master, I received his spiritual sperm. That's how I am initiated. There I became secondly born or reborn, spiritually born. This is what is called Dvija. Then I am growing myself into the cosmic womb. Then I will become a cosmic personality. This is the significance of initiation. So without this proper initiation, the growth, the development in spiritual dimension will be either arrested or failed.
Yes. So do all Kalari students have this opportunity to have this initiation, or only certain ones and do all of the gurus of the martial art have the ability to initiate, or no?
Actually, the spiritual initiation is not restricted to Kalari. Kalari is the origin of this, but now initiation is available everywhere. In all fields, masters are there who are capable to support the seekers. But the question is how prepared the student is. If you practice dance, or if you do, if you are a scientist or an engineer, anytime you can, show your interest, or you can enter into the search for yourself. It is not restricted to martial art or any other art. It is a responsibility of a person. The question is why we are born. There is a question.
Right.
Yes, I am born. I became a Kalari master. I became a healer. Okay, that is my material profession. But my younger brother is, like I can say, he's an administrative officer in Indian Air Force. My elder brother is an engineer. So all are having these different professions. But the question remains, why we are born? To become an engineer or become a healer? No, these are all our temporary labels. We are born to know who we are. That is the fundamental, purpose of this life. So from all walks of life, anybody can just enter into this search. When you are serious enough to search for your inner reality or the ultimate reality, you need a guide. There, you can approach a person who already established into that dimension. That is your guru. Approach him. Then if you are not ready for being initiated, the guru will tell that go through these kind of disciplines. So nature told you to breathe. 21,600 times within 24 hours you have to breathe. The law of nature. Where you are hungry, go and eat. Okay, now the water is used, drink more water. Then do some exercise to maintain the body temperature and strength. Then sleep comfortably to gain more sound energy. These are all natural instructions. But a person who is keen to know what is behind all these instructions has the right to challenge. Hey, ma'am, Mother Nature, why am I breathing? Question. So this is a challenge. So we have to have the strength and efficiency to challenge the law of nature, to understand what the nature is. This is what is called a spiritual search. For that, yes, we have to approach a proper master and get the guidance. That proper guidance is called initiation.
Initiation.
Yes.
And when I hear, when you're saying initiation, it makes me think of Shaktipat initiation from a master to a student, where there's an energy awakening of the root chakra to raise the Kundalini. Is this something similar, but with the mind instead of the Shakti?
Actually, this is the problem of our explanations.
Yes.
Initiation is an English word.
Yes.
The translation is Shaktipat.
Shaktipat.
Shakti means path. Path means path. How to awaken your inner energy is called Shakti Path. Path means P-A-T-H. Path is English, but in Sanskrit it is path. Both similar,
so same
like
thing.
mana and mind. In Sanskrit, mana. English, mind.
Sure.
So like that. So initiation is like, as I said, lighting a lamp. You have a candle, but it is not lit up. I have the candle, which is already lit up. You come to me, and we touch the candles each other. And from my light, it is your candle also being lit up. That is what is called initiation. So the master's powerful energy is capable of lighting up another weak energy. So the weak energy coming close to the stronger energy being lit up, like a steel piece which is coming to a very powerful magnet. What's happening? So that steel also will gradually be magnetized. That's all.
Interesting. Can the Shaktipat be awakened at a distance, like through the computer or by thinking of somebody or over a telephone? Or does it should be in person where the energy can actually connect?
It depends. I cannot say yes or no. I will give you another analogy. If you have a strong faith on me, unconditional faith, now we are looking each other, and you felt that, oh, master, I am hungry. If you have unconditional faith on me, we focus each other on eyes, and I say, I call Mark, no, you're not hungry. If you have that strong faith, you will not feel hungry. That is what is called initiation. So you captured my mind and you established in that. So that is possible. If you have that much faith and strong mind, it's possible through a medium. It doesn't mean that we have to come physically close to close. So visualization is not enough.
Right.
Actually, we have two dimensions in the body and mind. We can think a lot. We can engage the brain to process our thoughts. Now, what you are thinking is you are engaging your brain. But that thoughts are only a noise. It's only a sound. But it has not got real strength. That thought should be converted into a vibration. That vibration should be taken to the dimension of heart. You know, according to even modern experiments, the modern science is trying a lot to understand the essence of spiritual science. Brain is producing a vibration to produce thoughts. Actually, that energy is very, comparing to the capacity of the heart, that brain is insignificant. Our heart energy vibration is 60 times stronger than the brain waves. Just verify. That is why Master said, convert your thought into a vibration and bring into Hiranyagarbha. There is a domain where heart is engaged. It's called Hiranyagarbha, means the cave of the heart. It's a mystical language, because language is too limited to explain the reality. That's why I say experience is entirely different than explanation. So if you have a thought or a visual of infinity or higher dimensions, from that thought level, you should make union. You have to do yoga. Union between brain wave and the heart wave is called yoga. Bring the thought back to the heart and immerse it. It's like a river. River is very strong. It is flowing maybe 1,000, 2,000 kilometers flowing, and it is carving, destroying the banks and everything. It's very powerful. But once it reaches to the ocean, what will happen? No more river. The ocean will accept, and it will, the river will dissolve into the ocean. Same way, brain is, or your thought is a river. It has strength and significance, but it is not the reality. Reality is water. So it should reach to the source, the origin. The source and origin is our heart. So convert your thought and wish into vibration through meditation. Then that is what is called Shaktipat. The thought wave must be converted into a vibration wave. Then make a path towards the heart. Once it is reaching to the heart will absorb it. Then no more thought, only an experience. Heart is experience, brain is explaining.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what is happening. If you feel thirsty, the technology, the thirst is being developed as a vibration in the heart. Then you feel that I am thirsty. Then that vibration will be taken to the lungs. Lungs will process it. Then it will send to the brain. Brain will analyze it. Then brain will come to know master wants water. It's only a medium. Then brain will say that master needs water. How? Then it will send stimulation to the throat. There's little feeling will come. Then thirsty. Then brain will say, eyes, give command to the eyes, look for water source. Then eyes will look. Then eyes will report back, yeah, there is a glass of water, a bottle of water. Then brain will say, come on, check whether it is, drinkable or not. Then again, the eyes will do okay, then analyze it. Then brain will say, yes, it's done. Then send message to the hands, go, take, and put in the mouth. This is what's happening. Once it is going and go deep into the blood cells and everything, then finally the vibration will reach to the heart and say that, enough. Then master will say, yes. Again, the same thing will be repeated. Then hand will take it back. Brain will say, it is done. So this is so intricate. It is, the nuances we must understand. It cannot be explained through the brain. It should be experienced. That is why the thought must be taken back to the heart, and the heart should accept it. That is what I said, very clearly stated. Now modern science say, okay, heart waves are 60 times stronger than the brain waves. But in my experience, heart waves are infinity. We cannot measure it. That is why if somebody asks you, get me a word, then you will say, I give you the word. You cannot say, I am giving you the word. You will not touch anywhere else. You will touch on your heart and say, I give you the word. Means the real you, the infinity, is sitting in the heart. So convert all your thoughts into vibrations and guide that vibration back to your heart through the medium of lung vibration. This is what is called intellect, instinct, and intuition. So you can meditate, make a union between brain and heart through the medium of breath, prana. Prana is in the nervous system, which is linked to the heart, lungs. So that is why whenever you are disturbed, that will reflect in the brain. Then once brain is disturbed, then lungs will take some deep breaths. Because heart is not happy, then brain is upset, then immediately the lungs will take care. So once lungs are functioning in a rhythmic way, brain will slow down the thought, then heartbeat also will be calming down. See, you can see the link between these three organs.
Yes.
So making that channel is called Shaktipat. Yeah. So in many people are glorifying it and they're misinterpreting it, and they make it, as you said, ritualistic and it's not a performance. Actually, it is a way to perfection. And everything is done in silence. See, we make everything a noise. Okay, society should be controlled or guided through noise. But personal development is happening in silence. That's why it is called Muni. A person who is establishing into Siddha tradition is mostly called Muni. Muni means that word coming from Maunam. Maunam in Sanskrit means silence. Observe your silence. If the moment you start listening your silence, you are in Mauna. The person who is establishing in Mauna is called Muni. The person who can hear the sound of silence is called Muni. Silence is not, limited. There is extreme violence you can experience in the silence. Like atom. You cannot see an atom, but you cannot imagine the amount of energy which is being liberated from an atom once it is splitted.
Yes, the bomb.
That is what.
And they're all vibrating, all of the atoms. So
Yes.
everything is a vibration. The heart is vibrating. Our thoughts are vibrating.
Yes. Again, we are falling into explanations.
Yes, yes.
Take away these explanations and slowly coming back to the subtle vibration. Be the vibration. That is the extreme silence. There you will come to know the reality, but you cannot explain it. That is what is called liberation. So liberation is possible through initiation. So initiation should be from a person who already liberated. That is the education, the teaching of silence, not sound. The moment you settle down, then you will smile. That is what is called Buddha's smile.
I love it. Thank you for that explanation for helping my understanding. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Welcome.
you. I'd like to return back to Kalari training because it's very, very physical. There's a lot of physical conditioning. There's a lot of long stances, very elongated stances with the body stretching. And then I see the I don't know if it's the guru or senior students with oil, and they're holding the ropes and they're massaging with their feet the students' whole bodies to loosen them up and get them ready.
Actually, it is the conditioning of the body. It is not only in the Kalari. There is another performing art called Kathakali in Kerala with different colors and everything. That person also should go through these kind of treatments. It's preparations, massage and everything, because they need flexibility to have that right performance. Even in gymnastics also, there are, experts
and
who are
ballet.
doing, and ballet and all these things. So we have to have a certain care for the muscles for safe and better performance. But in Kalari, it has more different dimensions. As I said, Kalari has physical, mental, and spiritual dimensions. See, when we stretch the body, stretch the muscles beyond certain limit, actually that is yoga. This is what I am saying. all the Kalari is introduced, Kalaripayattu is introduced by Munis. We know, like detached people who are liberated people. Why the liberated people or people who enjoy their silence introduced to this violent actions? In Kalari, you can see all violence. Fighting is not, if you miss 1 second, say, your attention, you may lose your head. When you fight with sword and shield, it's very fatal. So you need that much concentration. Why these detached masters who are supposed to live in the deep caves of Himalayas or in the deep jungles, why they came and taught this aggressive martial art to the society? Every violence will definitely lead to a silence. That is what is taught. Yeah, that's it. That is what is taught in Kalari. Second thing, when we stretch our ligaments and tendons beyond certain limit, the tendons can liberate opioids. It's a hormone.
Yeah.
Once opioids are produced in the body, directly it will affect or influence the pineal gland. Once the pineal gland is stimulated, it will produce some hormones where you cannot explain what it is. It is almost similar to LSD, dimethyltryptamine. So when your gland produces this heavy, very powerful drug, what kind of feeling you will have? You are naturally stoned. It's an ecstatic feeling just coming from within. So that is what is called yoga. So extreme movements, violent movements are slowly coming back to conscious stretches. That conscious stretches are slowly guiding back to you a perfect stillness and silence. So when we get the balance of violence and silence, sound and silence, movements and stillness, that is what is life. Day and night, pleasure and pain, gain and loss. These opposites must be handled comfortably. That is what is called samyak. Samyak means equilibrium. When you are capable of managing your gain and loss, pleasure and pain, then you are called a Swami. Swami means, yes, the person who is reaching to Sama. Sama means equilibrium. So Kalari is meant to make everybody a Swami. Yeah, Swamis can fight, but no anger. So when he goes to the war field, yes, in ancient time, people and the warriors were selected from Kalaris. That's why you can see, as I told you, it will be digged down. Then there will be a balcony. From ground level, we can see. You know why it is? Minimum once or twice a year, the recruiters will come from the palace to the Kalari. And these guys should perform. So if you see from side, you cannot assess the power and the perfection of a person. You must have an aerial view. That is why balconies are kept. So they will be on top and the guys will perform. Then this guy, the masters can assess how comfortable and conditioned these warriors are. According to their efficiency, these guys will be recruited in the army, the defense system. When these guys are going to the war field, they will get into action, but with righteousness. That is called Dharma. So this guy is a yogi. He doesn't have anger. He doesn't have hatred. Got it now? It's an amazing state of mind. So when the enemy comes, he says that you are my enemy. Let us get into fight. No anger, no hatred, but only action based on righteousness. This is the fundamental, philosophy, fundamental, theory of ancient tradition. So your actions, whether it is in the war field or in the family or in the legislative assembly, wherever you are, you must have a stability of detachment in your mind. So these methods are taught in Kalari, and through the Kalari, it is spread to the whole society. So righteousness is the right thing which we have to attain in our life. This is the message. So we cannot compromise on these things. So Kalari is, the way you ask means, it must be taught to everybody in its real essence more than the explanations. It must be brought into a daily practice, and it must be experienced and established in our character.
It's very complete. You had mentioned prana before, and I know in yoga, pranayama is the practice of the breath work. Is there the importance of breath and breath work with the Kalari movements as well?
Of course. First, we have very violent movements. There we make use of the breath power as an exercise. It is called a Vyayama in Sanskrit. Vyayama means exercise. Like any other sports item. If you go for tennis, you have to strain a lot. Then when you play basketball, yes, it is an exercise. You have to exert your muscles. But the difference is, when you do Kalari or any other art or martial art or sports item, your mind will always be outside. When I play tennis, my mind will be always engaged into assessment, calculation, then how this guy will react. The mind is outside. When I play basketball, always my focus is on the basket and how to trick the opponent. So it is calculating. But when you do yoga, these movements are in the body only. Mind will not go out. Mind will be completely merged into muscle. Here, the Vyayama is converted into Ayama. Ayama means conscious extension. This is what you said. In Kalari, there's long position start. So this is a conscious stretch. For what? When we consciously stretch the tendons. If you stretch the tendons unconsciously or compulsively, it will break. Then you will get sprain. But if you stretch consciously, it will stretch beyond limit and it will liberate opioids. That is our target. When you are capable of stretching the tendons beyond certain limit by associating the mind, by connecting the mind with the muscle, then the Vyayama exercise will be converted into Ayama. That is a spiritual practice which is called Asana. Means postures. If you do compulsively, that is an exercise. If you do consciously, that is what is called asana or posture. From the posture, you can produce more opioids and you will enjoy the silence and stillness. That silence and stillness, that situation is much more powerful than a violent exercise. Exercise will give you wear and tear, but asana will give you result but no damage. This is the difference. Even in your old age, when you are at the age of 90, you can stretch your muscles and experience that strength and ecstasy. But when you do these kind of practices from fast movements to the stretched movements, from the stretched movements to the stillness, there, instead of breathing 13 to 14 times a minute, you will be breathing maybe once a minute.
Wow.
Gradually, once in 2 minutes. Then again, once in 3 minutes. There, your mind will say, sorry, I cannot function. Chitta vritti nirodha yogaha. There, your mind will surrender to you. Your brain will say that, sorry, I cannot function anymore. If you are not breathing more than 2.5 minutes, your brain will stop. There, if it stops compulsively, you are diseased. A rogi means diseased. But if you do it consciously, you are a yogi, liberated. It's an amazing science, subject to personal practice and experience. So explanation is limited, but experience is wonderful.
There's another science, the science of Marma, right? And Marma Ati.
Yeah.
And are those are like pressure points and on different points on the body. I assume they're used for injuring opponents, but also for healing. Is that correct?
Perfect. It's correct. But again, it has different dimensions. In our body, there are 108 marmas, energy points. Then you might have seen Japamala, the guys who are meditating, they use beads in a count. You know how many beads are there?
108.
Yes, 108. It represents this energy points in the body. And actually, there are 108 energy points in this universe also. That is what we can say. There is no difference between micro and the macro. If you take a cell from your body, how many trillions of cells are there? There are many calculations, but some are saying 150 trillion, some are saying 120 trillion, whatever it is. But a single cell from your body, if you analyze, you can see the universe in that cell. Okay, if you go, that is what quantum physics. If you go to the finest and finest and finest, then there is no intellectual explanation about the quantum coherence. So, like, what is a whirlpool? If you see a river is flowing, and you can see a whirlpool. The whirlpool is there, but the water molecules are keep on changing because water is flowing. But always you can see a whirlpool. It is like your body, your personality is like that whirlpool. Your cells are coming and going. It's not only cells. What I'm saying is the fundamental levels of molecule. So energy is flowing. It's a cosmic flow. So in this cosmic flow, certain whirlpools are developed in your body. That is what is called marmas. Marma means murmur. There is a murmur in your body. In 108 energy points, slight sound is there. When you meditate properly, as your attention goes to that dimension, you can hear that sound. That is the sound of silence. So when these murmurs are established in our inner mind, we can see the location in the physical body. A person who can experience that vital point in the physical body, we can trigger it either for destruction or construction. This is what is applied in war technology in Kalari. Suppose I am attacked and I don't have any weapon in my hand. I am disarmed. But one guy is attacking me with a sword. I have no choice. Then I have no time to spare. So I should stop him or kill him to save myself. There what I will do, I locate these points and use fingertip or one knuckle or knuckle, give extra pressure on that. Either this person will become unconscious or paralyzed or dead. This is war technology. But the same technique can be used for healing also. Suppose I have a neck pain, I can see the meridians, the energy flows. So certain areas I can press and arrest the flow. It will trigger other points. This guy will feel little pain. After remove, this guy is relieved from that pain.
I know India has many martial traditions. There's Tanta in Manipur, I think, and
Yes.
Silambam in Tamil Nadu, and
Yeah.
Gatka in Punjab. How
Yes.
does Kalaripayattu differ structurally or philosophically from those other systems?
These are all derived from same origin. So in different parts of India also, it was not known as Kalari. In Tamil Nadu, Chilambam, these are all same origin, but different expressions or explanations. Like yoga. Kundalini yoga is the essence of yoga, but it has different names. Sri Vidya Yoga, Shakti Yoga, Kaula Yoga, there's one Yoga Sutra. These are all different words used to explain in different ways. Yeah.
But, the Kalari seems there's unarmed combat, armed combat, weapons, yoga, healing, that maybe it's the most complete.
In India, Kalari is the most comprehensive system explaining the life. Life in the sense, it is a person, a family, a nation, and the whole world. This is what Kalari mentioned. Kalari is not only for one man, but man is a social, he's a part of the global society. And our globe is a part of the solar system. The solar system is a part of the universal system. See, Kalari can take you from the micro to the macro. When you approach Kalaripayattu, you must have this approach. Otherwise, you are seeing only one corner of the total existence.
Within Kalari, is the warrior path ultimately about liberation?
Of course, it is called Chekava.
Chekava.
The real name of the completed warrior is Chekava. Chekava it's called a yogi. The Sanskrit the name is yogi. Chernava, connected. The person who understood the union, or who established the union between mind and body, is called Chekava. So Kalari is the ground, the education center for making an ordinary person to a liberated person. A man to Mahadeva. Mahadeva means people think it's a Lord. No. From the mortal to the immortal. So education is for that. From matter to energy. This is what is taught in Kalari.
I would think that based on what you're saying, that if the warrior is able to go to battle without anger, and probably without maybe fear or crippling fear, at least, that's a skill that usually comes when someone becomes self-realized or awakened, that they can see they are not their ego, they are not their thoughts, they are not their anger, they are not their, and that's an awakening, as a spiritual awakening.
See, again, this is how we are trying to
explain.
Bring our mind to explanation.
Yes.
See the totality. Life is a battle. See, now as a person, I am doing a business. And I am a family man. I am a father. I am a husband. I am a son. I am a brother. So everywhere I am seeing contradictions. Even my family. Do you think that my wife will be completely obeying my instructions? No, there are disapprovals. There I should have certain clashes. Then I should be able to get into that argument without anger. Yes. When I go to my sister, of course, she has that feeling. My elder sister is fighting with me because she has the privilege that I am older than this guy. So she has that power. She will try to dominate. So without anger, I should be able to fight back to get my things done. Even my child, they are growing and they have their own personal, conclusions. As a father, I may not be accepting it. That time, I have to fight back, but without losing the respect and love. So if I'm angry, I will lose all these things. So everywhere. Then the same thing is happening in the war field also. I am seeing my brother over there, but I have to get my things done without hating him. Then I know my body is only a manifested form of energy. This is what I taught. So I am not the body. I am the immortal infinity that is there. So I have nothing to possess or nothing to lose. This is what is called detachment. Yes. So once I am detached, I have no ego, personal ego. I have an ego, but it's a cosmic ego. That cosmic ego embraces everybody. So like the waves in the ocean, waves are competing each other, but waves are the limited expressions of the unlimited water. Yeah. This is what is taught not only in Kalari, any art you take. Bharatanatyam. Yeah. I was also a dancer also. I didn't know why I was learning. But when I studied it just to perform, gradually I came to know more than the performance, I was experiencing some kind of perfection within. When I get that rhythmic movements, I lost myself. So the action slowly took me into a proper stillness, which was an ecstatic feeling, like martial art or any other art or music. It's called Sura Yoga. So a guy who is singing and slowly losing himself into the ups and downs of the music, the sound waves, he experienced something beyond his intellect. It is called Sura Yoga.
It's like
It's a yoga.
emerging with the infinite.
Yes. So gradually, after long hours of singing, he will sit in his silence. His mind will sing. It will be an ecstatic feeling. That is what he is listening, the sound of silence. So everything is ending. In India, all arts and martial arts and life and everything is slowly dissolving into this spiritual ecstasy, which is beyond the change and beyond our mind.
I've been doing some reading on Advaita Vedanta, and it reminds me of Brahma and Atman.
So
Very nice.
everything, yes, we can read and we can speak, we can discuss, we can argue, but unless we experience that, no use.
Yeah.
All that is what is called Veda and Siddha. Veda is verbal. So you can write or you can speak. It is verbally exchanged. But more than the verbally exchanged things, there must be an experience in silence. Without that experience, the verbal things are not having the effect or result. That's why it is called Veda Anda. Anda means end. People wrote 4 Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. 4 books are there. And based on that, taking as like 4 stones of the 4 pillars of a structure, then millions of Upavedas are there. Many books written on based on this instruction. Then still masters felt that no, this is not serving the purpose. Then they wrote Veda Anda. They extracted the Veda. Anda means end of intellectual knowledge, end of verbally communicated knowledge. That is what is called Siddha. Vedanta is meaning Siddha, experience. Yeah, experiential knowledge or all verbally explained things must be taken into our experience.
In our next conversation with Guru Yogi Shivan, we move more deeply into that healing dimension. We're going to explore Ayurveda and Siddha medicine.